I got these for free. For free. Can your Nigerian African store ever? Something happened. You know how I like going to Asian stores instead of African stores. So about 3 weeks ago, I went to buy yam, and sometimes I'm very skeptical about buying yams like that because you get home and then sometimes when you cut it, most of it is just bad. And yeah, so I had my very first experience a long time ago when I first arrived. It was during the winter. I bought some plantains, I think, and yam. So on the outside, they look like really ripe, but on the inside, it was like, I don't know if it's the winter that made it that way, or I don't know. The inside, it was far from being ripe. So yeah, and you couldn't even, you know how sometimes we will store plantain, like put it in a sack so that it can ripen by itself or something like that. I couldn't even do that. It just went bad after, so I had to throw it away. So this time I went to this Asian store that I love to go to, and I bought yam. I expressed my concern, like, the problem is not buying this yam, it's just if I get home I don't want problems. So there was somebody, one of their staff there, that then took a knife and cut the yam in half so that I can see. And at that point I'm just like, now yeah, it looked good, but now I have to buy it because it's cut. Even if I change my mind, that I cannot in good conscience just not take it anymore because they've cut it. So I don't know if somebody else would want to buy it as well like that. So I bought it. So on getting home, I try to, because what I do is I cut even if I'm not eating it now, I'll cut it and then put it in the freezer for later. So as I was cutting it, I noticed that just after the rest half, after the cut line, was just rotten. I was just so annoyed with that. I just couldn't be bothered going back to go and return £5 yam and all that. So fast forward to 3 weeks later, I was passing by that store. I was like, okay. I peeped to see if the same boy or guy that attended to me was still there. So he was there. Got in, I was like, look, I had a photo because I took photograph of it. And then I showed him, I said, look at this, this is what I bought the last time. And, you know, I expressed my concern. And at the end, it still ended up being just what I was afraid of. And then he felt bad and he said, you know what, can you take just take a fresh one, and they have new stock. So I was like, if I take a fresh stock and it's still the same, I'm still not going to be happy. So I don't know how I feel about that. And then he was like, okay, take two then. And I was like, okay. I got these for free. For free. Can your Nigerian African store ever? I won't even have the mind to go and say I want to complain that yam that they gave me is not good, because in Nigeria you don't just do that. Like, so how much more here? Even the way they will look at you. So all of that I just try to avoid. So I got those 2 big tubers of yam. Those would have been maybe like £15 or thereabouts. But I got those for free because I felt bad. Like, I don't know, this is somebody's business, but you know, people here, they don't like when you complain about stuff. And yeah, even when I go to other normal stores and you buy stuff, you can always return it anytime you feel like, well, there's a time limit for it, but in comparison to when you're buying stuff like from Nigerians or in Nigeria, you can't even, like, even now, I just bought something, you haven't even gotten to your house and you just realize to go back and change it, there will always be problems. So, but here I can even walk into any stores, like try on outfits that I like and end up leaving without buying them, even though somebody had tended to me and all of that, and without even feeling guilty when I do that, because I don't have to. If I'm not comfortable with buying something, I don't have to. I can try them if I want, because there's no saying that I won't change my mind and come back and be a customer. But people, they don't understand that one. So this is one of the reasons I just maybe until there's a better African Nigerian store around me than the one I have here, maybe that will change my perspective of buying stuff from Nigerian businesses near me. Seriously, because I've not had a good experience, and so far these ones are cheaper for me. And then somebody also said that he prefers Nigerian stores. He's Asian and prefers Nigerian stores. I think maybe it might have to do with the same experience, like when he goes to his people and they treat him they treat other people better than they treat their own people. I don't know if that's what it is, or the same thing I'm facing with our Nigerian communities here. Anyway, that's what I came to say. So I'm going to be checking my yam to see how, if it's actually good. It looks promising, so, and it looks fresh. So I'll be cutting them today and seeing if I can cook some or freeze some or whatever. Anyway, have a good weekend.